And for an instant analysis of Game 2 of the UAAP Finals, kasama natin ang basketball analyst and blogger na si Enzo Flojo. The Hoop Nut is back
what's
on
up,
the score.
Ton?
Well, I came from Araneta and it was a very emotional moment, especially for Coach Alden Ayo. Imagine, he became the first coach in history here in the Philippines to win an NCAA championship and UAAP championship in consecutive years. But it wasn't easy. I mean, it was championship or bust for Coach Alden. How do you think he overcame this type of pressure?
Well, see, Alden Ayo, you could see very easy that this is the kind of guy who doesn't back down from a challenge. We saw that last season when he steered Letran to that championship, defying all odds. And this time around, he was in the opposite side. He had the favorites, the Salle Green Archers, under his wing. They had their own adversity throughout the season. Of course, that loss to Ateneo in the second round. But credit to him, he was able to rally the troops. He was able to motivate them despite that being, favorites for the whole season. And his being a fighter, yung tipong hindi talaga nagba-back down against any challenge. You could see that trickled down to guys like Embala, like Geronte and Kib Montalvo. Throughout whatever they went through, talagang palaban yung Lasal, and you could see that throughout the whole season, and it was a very well-deserved championship, I think.
And we saw Jeron Teng, especially in the first half here in game number 2, really going all out, making sure that there would not be a game number 3. He was so intense. He was trying to intimidate the Ateneo players. What can you say about this performance, which turned out to be the final performance of Jeron Teng, the King Archer?
Well, Jeron Teng was really locked in. He had laser-like focus in game 2, and you said it correctly, Antonio. He played like he didn't want a game 3, and he shot really well. He rebounded from a very bad shooting game in game 1. He scored only 10 points. In game 2, he tied his season high with 28 points, leading LaSalle, and that's a mark of a really, really good clutch performer. And that's it's a very good bookend to his career to see one of his finest performances in the championship clinching game 2 today.
Naalala ko nung simula ng career ni Jeron, there were people criticizing his shooting. Wala daw siyang outside shooting, wala daw siyang free throw shooting. Now, at the end of his career, what do you think Jeron's legacy will be? How will he be remembered as a LaSalle player?
Well, one thing I love about Jeron is you see the growth in his game. And, to be honest, in his first year, he really struggled with opposing teams sagging off of him, fouling him, to dare him to beat them from the line and from the perimeter. But what we've seen from Jeron the past couple of years, especially this season, is that, okay, you're going to leave me open, I'm going to kill you with my jump shot. You're going to leave me open, I'm going to drive past you pa rin. He has been able to read the game so much better. And he has evolved into a bona fide leader for this team. Not just a leading scorer, but a leader on both ends and in all aspects. And if you ask me right now, I might even say he's going to rival the legacy of Ren Renutuala.
Wow.
Ren, I'm not sure. Peace tayo. But Ren has delivered more championships for LaSalle, obviously. But the way Jeron has kind of changed the program, because before he came in, LaSalle was kind of reeling through in those years before Jeron came in. But when he came in, he injected new life into the LaSalle program, and we've seen the fruits. 2 titles in the last 4 years. He was a game changer for the Archers.
Speaking of Coach Renren, hi Coach. I was with him after the game at he was watching the celebration at sinabi niya, parang andali naman ang championship, parang walang ka-challenge. Parang he was saying na he felt like mas na-challenge siya during his time. So what's your reaction to this? This is a LaSalle and UAAP legend playing in a different year, different era, and then of course seeing what happened today.
Well, it was much different back then. Ren played in the tail end of the 90s, towards the early 2000s. He went up against very quality competition. James Yap, Rico Villanueva, Wesley Gonzalez, those kinds of players yung nakalaban ni Ren Renutualo in his career. And he had a lot of success. You can't take that away from him. It was a different kind of basketball played then. I think it was a little bit more freewheeling back then. Definitely, this time around, you see a lot more structure, a lot more plays being called, a lot more deliberate execution on both ends of the floor. And I guess it's easy to say it looked easy because LaSalle was the hands-down favorite since day one. Even before day one, a lot of people were saying with Mbala and Geronteng in such a stacked, deep roster with a great set of rookies, no way LaSalle's not going to lose a championship. But it's one thing to say that before the season begins. It's one thing to say that na itong team na to on paper is the best. And it's another thing for that team to actually execute and do it. And LaSalle didn't have the smoothest ride. They didn't sweep the whole season. They had some close games against many teams. So they had their share of adversity. They had a new coach in Coach Alden Ayo, which a lot of people criticize as well. But they overcame all those tribulations to deliver a wonderful, well-earned, championship for the Green Archers.
So looking forward, Enzo, mawawala na nga si Jeron, Thomas Torres, who has quarterbacked the team for the past 5 years, Jason Perkins, Julian Sargent. These are 4 key players for LaSalle. What's next for Coach Alden Ayo as we look forward to his second year at the helm for LaSalle?
I think it'll be tougher. Winning or ascending to the top of the mountain is one thing, but staying there and fighting back all the comers, all the would-be contenders next year. Ateneo, I think, is going to be intact, so they're going to be good. Adamson is going to be crazy good next year, I think. And a whole lot of other teams are going to reload. So LaSalle, they have the target on their backs. It's going to be tough to defend that title. But with Mbala there and the expected growth in Aljun Melesio, he's going to be so good. Kid Montalvo's still there. A lot of veterans that will be well-seasoned next year. And that one season of UAAP basketball under Coach Alden's belt, that's going to make LaSalle a good team as well. And I think they're still going to be the favorites to win and to repeat in season 18.
Pero sa tingin ko, Enzo, magugustuhan ni Renren yung sinabi mo na Adamson will be good next year.
Yeah.
What about
Pambawi ka rin, eh?
What about Ateneo though? Si G-Boy Babylonia lang ang mawawala sa kanilang kumpanya.
Well, yeah, actually, I thought Ike would be gone also, but apparently because of the rule that enabled John Sheriff to play this season, I think naapektuhan din yung ibang players ng ibang teams kasama dun si Ike. So he'll be back. So essentially, only G-Boy Babylonia, who didn't even play in the finals this season, will be out. So it's an intact team for Coach Tab Baldwin. So they're going to be very, very solid. And with this experience propelling them next season, they're going to be a more legitimate threat next season than they were this year.
What do you think was the difference for Ateneo this year? Because at the start of the season, people were saying this is a rebuilding year. They lost Kiefer, they lost Vaughn, but then they made it to the finals. So, para sa'yo, paano nila nagawa to?
I think it's a credit to the coaching staff, to the way that they really wanted to discipline the boys and set a different culture this season. They lost Keith, they lost Vaughn, they lost a lot of their key recruits from the past 2 or 3 years as well. So they lost a bucket load of talent. And to be honest, kung mano-mano na talent lang, dehado talaga yung Blue Eagles, not just against LaSalle, but against a couple of other teams this season. But I think it's a credit to their hard work and their mental toughness that they were able to reach this far. Kulang lang sa experience and composure to go up against a team as stacked, as talented, as well-disciplined as the LaSalle Green Archers.
All right, before we end this discussion, Geronteng, the King Archer, he is graduating. Obviously, Ben Mbala will have that label, that title next year. But after Ben Mbala, sino ang nakikita mong pwedeng mag-inherit ng title na King Archer?
Well, I said it already a few moments ago. I'm really high on Aljun Melesio. This kid, he's a Rookie of the Year. A lot of people didn't expect him to be Rookie of the Year. People knew he was good. But, a lot of people, up until last week, I think, were expecting Jeric Amnisi to be the Rookie of the Year. But here comes Aljun Melesio, coming up big on the biggest stage of the season. He was a vital cog in LaSalle winning this title. And I think with Jeron gone next year, he'll have an even bigger role in the next 3 or 4 years that he's going to play for LaSalle. After Mbala leaves, I think Aljun Melesio is a logical choice to be the new King Archer on Taft Avenue.
Well, that's something to look forward to, especially for the LaSalle fans. Enzo, thank you so much. Basketball season is over, but we still got the NBA and other leagues as well.
Left, yeah.
Thank you very much, Sir Enzo Flojo.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.